and welcome back to the channel, the best channel, the finest channel, the channel that you should be subscribed to. We're going to talk to them about how they can lose up to £20 in 90 days.
We are.
We have a dog as well. It's like the old school days when we did the podcast.
It is.
It is, isn't it? Right, so things that you need to know to lose up to £20 in 90 days. Could be £30, could be £10, but to basically get you started on your journey.
I think, first of all, setting a 90-day goal is really good.
Yeah.
Giving yourself a time limit, because I feel like when you've got a limit on time, you realise that every day counts and you don't just get to the weekend, sack it all off and then think, I'll start again Monday. You'll think, no, those 3 days are part of the 90 days.
So if you are starting, then think ahead and think of a date. Holidays, weddings, some sort of event. It's nice to have that thing, isn't it? Like we do photo shoots with our clients. We do weddings, we do stuff like that. So it's good to have that timeline. The main thing is most people don't fail because they're lazy. You fail because you don't know what you're doing, you overcomplicate it, or you do too much too soon and get overwhelmed. So that's the main thing. Today we're going to teach you what to do so you don't get too overwhelmed, but also you have the kind of knowledge that you know what to do. And also, if you're still here, then in the link, there actually is a 5 steps to fat loss guide.
In the description.
In the description, which you can download, and then you've got it all. You can put it on your bloody wall, put it on your fridge, and then you can follow that step by step and lose loads of fat. Number one, the main one, the most important one, nothing's going to happen if you don't do it, is your calorie intake. So you would have heard calorie deficit, calorie deficit, calorie deficit, because it is super important. So you need to be in a calorie deficit. What is a calorie deficit? A calorie deficit is when you are consuming, so eating, drinking, whatever's going through your mouth, less calories than your body is burning. So if your body is burning 2,000 calories a day and you're eating 1,500 calories a day, you're in a 500 calorie deficit, which is a very, very, very good deficit.
I was going to say that's kind of like the optimal amount that you want to be in if you actually want to lose body fat effectively.
Yeah, effectively. Yeah, I mean, you can do more. Some people who really, really push it will go higher than that. People that are taking certain injections will force themselves into an even bigger deficit, but the problem lies there is that you start losing muscle.
Yeah.
So right, calories. What do? There's so many different places online. You can literally type in calorie calculator, put some details in, and it will literally give you a rough estimate of the amount of calories that you burn. You just need to then eat under that. Download something like MyFitnessPal. You can track your calories, then you know exactly what you're eating to hit that target.
There's such a difference between eating whatever the hell you want and not being aware of how many calories you're consuming at all, to having an idea and as close to 100% accurate as possible.
A lot of people will say, oh, I don't actually eat a lot. You might not eat a lot of food, but if you're overweight, then you eat too many calories. So calories are important. Number 2 on the first one is protein. So you want to have a higher protein goal. That way you're burning more calories in digestion, you're staying fuller for longer, and it's helping you recover with your muscles so you don't lose that muscle mass. And protein you can get from many things like chicken, fish, beef, eggs, loads of stuff. And section number 2 is training. So resistance training, weight training, and cardio. We're going to talk about that as well. Now, this is super, super important. But there is one thing to remember. You don't want to base your fat loss journey on your training, because that's not where you burn the majority of your calories. So a lot of people have this perception that I've got to go to the gym, got to burn, got to sweat, got to do all this. That's how I'm going to lose fat. That's not how it works. You probably burn between 10 and 15% of your daily calories from going to the gym, which is a very small amount. But training is super important because you don't want to lose all that body fat and then look like shit. So you want to lose all that body fat, you want to look good, you want to have good tone, like people say, good glutes, bum like Emma, some biceps like Michael.
Where?
Shut up. So you want to make sure that you are going to the gym, because ultimately no one ever goes to the gym, works hard, gets transformation, and doesn't like the way they look. So if you want that dress to fit well, that shirt to look good, weight training is important.
A lot of people neglect when trying to lose body fat. They think that they just need to go and do cardio, but weight training and building muscle is so, so important. And ladies, women, when we say building muscle, we don't mean getting bulky, being really muscular, just having a good amount of muscle mass, because it's going to have so many benefits for you and for being able to lose body fat.
There's a huge perception about yeah, with women, if I go to the gym, I'm going to get too bulky. Emma's been training for years, 4 or 5 times a week.
And for some people, I might be a bit too muscly for
Yeah,
them.
for them, that
But
might be.
again, I've been doing it for years.
But in terms of the feedback we get, 99% of people think Emma looks amazing. And most girls will do, because if you want that dress to look good and that bum to look peachy, you need to go to the gym. But right, why do we go to the gym? So obviously we want to build some muscle. And the reason for that is, number one, it's going to increase your metabolic rate. So basically, the more muscle you got, the higher your metabolic rate, so the amount of calories your body burns, means you can eat more food.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking win-win. You don't just look good, you can eat more food.
So when we go through like dieting phases, I mean, I personally get a lot of questions like how did you do it so easily? Like, how did you lose body fat so quickly? I have muscle. I'm burning more calories at rest. My metabolic rate is very high. Like, that's how it
Emma's
works.
a prime example, actually, because if she gets a little bit, pick my words right, fluffy?
Yeah.
Honestly, she'll go, oh, I'm going to do a little cut. 3 weeks later, she's absolutely lean as anything, but big.
Don't let that give you the perception of like you could literally lose body fat in 3 weeks.
No.
Everyone's different, and
Emma's experience.
it all depends on your starting point. The more muscle you have, the easier it's going to be for you to lose body fat.
Fast forward to when you are 70, 80, 90. When you do start to lose that muscle mass, you want to have more there, because it becomes a problem. Mobility becomes a problem. When you fall over, breaking bones becomes a problem. The more muscle you've got, the more stronger you will stay when you are older. So you're essentially protecting your older self. Now, as silly as that may sound now, if you're listening to this and you're 20 years old, but you will thank yourself down the line. In terms of training, some people may say, oh, I'm busy, I can't do it. If you can do one session, that's great.
Yeah.
You can do stuff at home. You can go to the gym. There's different splits for different people that have different times. I believe that's in the Fat Loss Guide.
Yeah.
A few splits in that. So if you have downloaded that, there's some splits in that. Cardio. Now, although we tell our clients, majority, to do weight training, that's your primary workout source. Cardio is a very good addition, whether that's 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes after your session, if you've got the time. It's good for your heart health. It's also good to burn them extra calories, because it compounds over time to give you probably a more faster fat loss thing, but it shouldn't be your primary exercise, because the benefits of doing weights are far superior than cardio.
Okay, number 3 is probably the most underrated thing for fat loss, and you probably hear it all the time and you're sick of hearing about it, but it is honestly a staple if you want to lose fat loss, and that is steps. The reason why it's so underrated is because it is literally the easiest thing for you to be able to do to lose body fat, right? It's easier than tracking calories. It's easier than going to the gym. It's easier than running on the treadmill for an hour. It literally is free. You step outside your door and you literally just walk.
I would stand here and say, if you cannot do your steps, you're lazy. There's no ifs or buts. I fully understand people have families, people have jobs at a desk. If you can't get your steps in over a week, you're just being lazy, because it's super, 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 super simple. Even if it's getting up half an hour early and going for a walk around the block, or not watching that Netflix series that's going to take 2 hours or whatever. If you're serious about your transformation, then getting out and getting your steps, especially when the sun is shining.
I mean, before we got a dog, I was someone that potentially, if it was raining, wouldn't want to go out in the rain. When you get a dog, and dog owners will relate to this, you know that you will go out in whatever weather. And when you're out there, yeah, it's not nice. You get a little bit wet, you get a little bit damp, but you're not going to die. You're going to be okay.
You're going to be all right.
So,
there's fucking umbrellas and waterproof coats that you can buy. And lastly, for the people that have got every fucking excuse in the book, go on Google, type in walking mat. Is it a walking mat?
Walking pad.
Walking pad. Spend 120 quid. Buy yourself a walking pad. You've got no excuse, because they're super small. They can go anywhere in your house and you can literally walk on the spot. And you can work, watch your Netflix, make your fucking dinner, entertain the kids.
So why are steps so important for fat loss? They obviously burn calories, and also in terms of later on in life, again, there are studies proven that say if you do 6, 8, 10,000 steps a day, it actually increases your longevity of life. In terms of tracking your steps, obviously you can get like a smartwatch, or you can literally just use the health app on your iPhone, which majority of people probably have. Just means you've got to hold your phone whenever you're walking around. And yeah, ideally, depending on your lifestyle and how active you can be, aim for minimum 6,000 steps a day, but basically just as many as you can, especially if you are trying to lose body fat.
If you've got a phone or a watch, look at what you do. Add 10% on. Do that. Once you've completed that, add another 10% on. Number 4 is your daily habits.
First of all, sleep. You burn calories whilst you sleep.
Yeah.
So you're quite literally losing body fat in your sleep.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
there you go. Fantastic.
Second of all, obviously getting good quality sleep is going to mean that you the next day are going to be more productive, more energized. You're going to adhere to your plan even more. You're just going to have the energy and focus to actually follow through your fat loss goals. So if you're tired, if you're low on energy, you're going to think, no, I don't want to go to the gym today. No, I can't bother to get my steps in. Low sleep as well obviously affects your hunger hormone. So if you're tired, your body is craving energy, which means you are going to be craving more food. And if you're obviously setting yourself to a certain amount of calories, you're going to be craving more than that. You're going to go over your calories and you're going to ruin your fat loss. So getting good sleep, they say, 7 to 9 hours is so important every single night. And if you are someone that struggles with getting good sleep, you need to basically set yourself a bedtime and a wake up time. Don't go on your phone or have any screen time an hour before bed. Don't eat too close to bedtime. He's an absolute psychopath and will have a coffee at 10 o'clock at night and then fall straight to sleep. But yeah, either stop your caffeine at a certain time or just stop having caffeine overall. Make sure you're getting good sleep because that is going to help you adhere to everything that you need to do in order to lose body fat.
Water, very important to make sure your body is hydrated. Probably one of the most neglected things. If you're watching this, you probably think, oh, how much water do I actually drink? Bearing in mind, most people need between 2 and 4 litres, depending on your body weight, your activity levels. Sometimes if you're dehydrated without even knowing it, a lot of people have this sense of dehydration is if you've been out and it's been really hot and you haven't drunk for ages, you feel that dehydration. It happens a lot sooner than that. For a lot of people, you don't even know you're dehydrated, which means your energy levels of your body, your organs starts to go down. What do you think you need? Food, because you feel a bit tired, lethargic, a bit cloudy in the head. So you turn to food. So by you staying hydrated, it stops your body from thinking it's hungry or stops you from thinking you're hungry, because a lot of people just eat because they're actually dehydrated. In the morning, get yourself an electrolyte tablet and add that to your water as well, because that will help you stay even more hydrated and not piss out all the good stuff. Number 3, another one that is kind of a habit, supplements, especially if you're in the UK and it's not very sunny. Something like vitamin D is obviously something you want to be having because you just don't get the sunlight, so you're under on the amount that you should have.
Making sure that you have enough rest and recovery. Often with fat loss, people are doing a little bit too much. And I know we're saying track your calories, do your steps, do your cardio, do your weightlifting. But if you're also not making time for your body to actually rest, recover and prepare, then you're actually probably stalling your progress more than you're actually encouraging it.
Yeah.
So making sure, again, good sleep, making sure you take rest days from the gym, so not weight training every single day. I would say, at least 2 rest days a week from weightlifting. That doesn't mean that you sit around and do fuck all day. You still go out, you still get your steps in, but it's more in terms of letting your muscles recover and repair.
And lastly, we're going to run you through some of the biggest mistakes that happen when people do go on a journey to lose their weight. Number 1 is being too aggressive. If you're really, really aggressive with your nutrition, eating fuck all, going crazy, it becomes super, super unsustainable. So then what you do is, get a week or 2 weeks in, you've had enough, you're bored, you're tired, you don't enjoy it, you put the weight back on. And it's just that vicious cycle that we see people doing over and over and over again. Number 2 is kind of having no structure. So obviously us as coaches, we provide people with structure, with their training, nutrition, their daily habits. If you don't have a coach, what you need to do is just plan out your week. So every Sunday, look at the week ahead. I can go to the gym this day and get my steps in between these meetings. Plan your food shop and know what you're having for the week. So the more structure and plan that you have, the more chance you are of succeeding. So always plan that week ahead.
You cannot wing it.
No, you can't
absolutely
wing
can't.
it.
It's like anything. You can't just wing anything. Like
Yeah.
you've got to have some form of structure to it and be organized with it. Relying on motivation. Nobody on this earth is motivated 100% of the time. We live and breathe health and fitness, and we are not motivated all the time. We have days where we don't want to get up, we don't want to go to the gym, we don't want to do this, don't want to stick to our calories, want to eat this, whatever.
Easter eggs from Tesco's. There's loads of them at the moment.
You cannot just rely on motivation and think, oh, I don't feel motivated today, I'm not going to do it. You just have to be disciplined, and you just have to push through the hard stuff. The thing about fat loss is obviously we're trying to help you, you know, make it not easy, but we're trying to give you all the tools to actually set yourself up for it. But if you're not going to do it, or if you're just going to give up or rely on motivation, then it's not going to happen.
If you go too aggressive, you become unmotivated because you don't enjoy it. Whereas if you do it like we've told you to do it and make sure it works for you, your life, your family, then it becomes more enjoyable. And when it's enjoyable, you're motivated. When life gets busy, when things get hard, don't fly the white flag. Don't give up, because you're going to have bad days. I can tell you that now. If you're going to do a 90-day journey, not every day is going to be perfect. You're going to miss gym sessions. You're going to have days where you don't hit your step count. You're going to have days where you overeat. You might have days where you have a beer or you have a bit of a fuck it day. But the main thing is you get straight back on it the day after that and you keep going. If you fuck up one day, don't turn that into 2 days, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, and then game over. Okay? It's okay to have a bad day. The scales will spike up one day. It doesn't mean you're doing the wrong things. Just focus on winning every single day and you will 100% get results.
If you are thinking of starting, or if you've just watched this video and you're like, right, tomorrow I'm going to start tracking my calories, getting my steps in, then you are quite literally starting a life-changing journey, and it is really, really exciting. For you to be in shape, feel energized, feel healthy, feel confident about yourself is going to change your whole lifestyle. It's going to change the person you are and the energy that you put out to everyone, your job, your kids, your friends, your family. So it's a pretty cool thing.
It is a pretty cool thing. And if you do feel that you need help, then in the bio, you can hit our Instagram up, drop Emma or me a DM, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Alternatively, like I said at the start, hit the link and download the free ebook.
In the description.
Not
the bio.
Anyway, thank you for watching.
Hope you found it helpful.
We're going to go and get our steps in now. And please subscribe, like, share it, leave a comment of what you want us to do next, and we'll speak to you on the next one.
And cut.